You know, I never read many books when I was younger. I read comic books, but that was pretty much it. Most of the actual novels I read growing up were the subject of school assignments. Times have changed, however, and it's all thanks to what many would call the ultimate gateway drug of reading, the Harry Potter series, brought to life by one of the most prominent and most polarizing writers of our time, J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter also introduced me to the world of fanfiction. It's been years since I read any, and to be honest with you, I think I repressed a lot of my memories reading them, not because they were bad, but because fanfiction writers are so diabolically horned up. However, some of these fanfics have a tendency to re-enter my mind every now and then. One in particular, an unfinished Harry Potter fanfiction, written by someone from the same silly corner of the world as me, Belgium. Now, the reason this fanfiction stuck with me doesn't really have anything to do with the plot, nor is it because we share a nationality. No, it stands out because the author, who might also be the protagonist, apparently drops their full name, age, and home address in the very first line. I say apparently because I can only assume they named the main character after themselves. I guess they could have named them after a friend, a neighbor, or maybe the person doesn't even exist. But the address sure does. Therefore, I can't help but feel like there's a good chance that the writer of this Harry Potter fanfiction basically doxed themselves. If nothing else, let this be a lesson in internet privacy. You've always got lunatics out there who might use that information to show up at your house, which is exactly what we're gonna do today. Even though it's extremely easy to find the fanfic I'm talking about, I'm not going to share any identifying details. I will say that the supposed home address of the main character is only about a 40-minute drive for me, and I just so happen to have a real reason to be in that area today. You know, something other than casually invading someone's privacy. Which finally brings me to why I'm doing this at all. I want to know if the author ever plans to finish the story. It's been 10 years after all. Wait, 10 years? And 8 years since the last update? So even if the author really did put their actual address in there, who says they still live there? The more I think about this, the more I realize this might be the dumbest idea I've ever had. But there is hope. The author was supposedly 11 years old at the time, so at 21, I'd say there's a solid chance they still live with their folks, who also happen to be featured in the story. Alright, so obviously this letter is written in Dutch, and I can't really seem to get a good shot of it here, but I'll just translate it right here on the spot. Dear I'm not sure if you still live here, or if you've even lived here at all at one point, but I just wanted to see if I could reach out to you this way. We don't know each other, but just recently I read your Harry Potter fanfiction from 10 years ago. The answer is probably no, but I was just wondering if you're ever planning to ever finish or update the story. I really like the combination of English and Dutch. Do you still write, by the way? Furthermore, this letter might be a good reminder, because your former or current email address is still online. Thanks for reading this letter. You can always contact me at I'm not sure why it cut off right there, but stellarzone6@gmail.com. Let me focus. Yep, that's the one. And I drew something very special. I fully agree, by the way. Ooh, boy. Damn. It's officially cold now. During the day too, I mean. It actually took unusually long for temperatures to drop here, like how it is now. But oh man, what's happening? No, I am of course stating the obvious, and while I believe progress has been made, our earthly plane is still warming up. The leaves are kind of starting to completely disappear in a lot of places. I think the first shades of winter are sort of become invisible. Although I don't think it's really winter until like the end of December, maybe? Nonetheless, Mariah Carey must be defrosting like crazy now. I didn't mean to stop at a gas station. I have no business being here whatsoever, but I just wanted to showcase, this is what I love. This is what I love about unpredictable Belgian weather. Look, so you've got all of these clouds, right? and then boom, all of a sudden, the sun just comes peeking through. Like, where else do you get these pictures? So I'm not really used to this vlogging thing, but I wanted to experiment. I want to try something. I don't even know if I'm still gonna be talking in the car. I don't really have anything to say until we're, you know, where we're supposed to be. But yeah, I guess I just want to experiment with the camera angle. That's right, I'm gonna find a super cool new camera angle, and then I'm gonna shock you guys with my innovative cinematography work. It's actually a bit of a bummer that it's so gray out right now, because we've had some like genuinely beautiful weather these past couple of weeks. Hey, this might result in a copyright strike, but right now, if you're hearing it, you're hearing a song by a band called After, which like has to be my favorite discovery of 2025. Like, if you like trip hop, but you're also a fan of like 2000s pop music and Y2K inspired stuff, this band is for you. To me, After is like what you would get if Fruitiger Arrow happened to be like a record label or whatever instead of a design style. And the people at the label said, hey, we need to like manufacture a group of musicians, 2 people in this case, who fully represent what we are all about. That's After. And I love that, by the way, because maybe it sounds insulting the way I just said it, but no, I love it. So if that sounded insulting, that wasn't on purpose. After, if you're listening. Man, I should have filmed this in the morning, because in the morning, you know, we still had some shades of blue in the sky at least. Because this isn't really doing this place any justice whatsoever. But hey, so this is the, by the way, can I just say, a 35-minute drive and I'm in an entirely different part of the country. So small yet so convenient. Anyway, sorry. This is why I'm actually here. This beautiful bass guitar, this absolute thing of beauty, stringless thing of beauty now. Yeah, this is why we're here. I love it. I've been playing it for about 4, maybe 5 years now. But there's something wrong with it, and I'm like the furthest thing away from a gearhead, so I'm not exactly sure what's wrong. I think it has something to do with the nut. It definitely has something to do with the nut because it just broke. So what we're gonna do first is, I'm not gonna film it, but I'm just gonna drop it off at the you know, the music store. We're gonna drop it off at the shop, and then once we're done with that, we can continue our quest. You can only see my shoes and the pavement, but we're almost in front of the home address mentioned in the story. Maybe I should have put like a Hogwarts stamp on it or something. Once again, not even sure if they live here, but right now all we can do is put this in the mailbox.